a voice consonant sound, all right? B is also there, but D is so amazing. Why? Because when the D, when the words start with the D, or when the D is like the last letter, something happens. You know, we say it's acoustic change. Let's look into the acoustic change. But first see what happens with the letter D, okay? So pronounce letter D and T, you need a same mouth position, okay? It's not like da, da, da. I'm elevating my tongue and touching to it up to the soft palate, okay? Because this is my palate, okay? So I touch my tongue up and then it comes back. So the same mouth position, but two words, two letters. All right, one is unvoiced and one is voiced. If I say da, da, so da means it's a voice consonant sound, but at the same time, if I say ta, ta, I push it outside, so it becomes unvoiced consonant sound. So we have to look into the details, because now some technicalities are coming out to pronounce and to be heard very clearly in your English, okay? So let's have a look at it. So we already discussed to pronounce letter D, you say da. Open your mouth more and more, okay? And give all your 100%, put all your energy into it, okay? And say, da, da. My tongue is touching up, okay, to the soft palate, and I'm blocking there inside. I'm not pushing there outside. And use your hands and do it like da, da, okay? Da, da. It's a very powerful voice, okay? Like we have the words dance. Dance. It's your turn. 1, 2, 3. Dance. The reason why, because here there is one more thing is happening. D is D, okay, and next is an, and when this is an, it's a vowel sound. A is a vowel, and right after the vowel, if there's an N sound, when A follows N, what happens is, we have discussed already while we were talking about the letter A. What happens with an AN, then you make it a gliding sound. It sounds like an A. So it's not dance, it's not dance, okay? It is dance, dance. Just imagine my D is very clear, very powerful, okay? Dance, dance. And the next word is also very important, but more rule in the law is happening here with the D-A-M, is a D, and then A-M, when A follows on, it sounds like the gliding sound in case of A-N or A-M, so there's an A-M, so it's like damn, damn, okay? Da, very clear, doesn't damn. No, if D is inside, because you speak for the people, you need to speak elegantly, clearly, and you speak to persuade people. You must be persuasively, okay? And next is a danger, and danger, right? Danger, and a dark, dark. Because AR is a very special sound. When there's an AR, you stretch it, okay? Or, so it's not dark, it's a dark, dark, okay? And that is a date, because A is here in this word date. A is a long A, because right after the unvoiced consonant, you can see before the unvoiced consonant or after the unvoiced consonant letter T, you see two vowels are there. So most people say it's a date or say date, okay, date. But you know, there's one more rule applying here, because before and after T there's two vowels, so you pronounce it. Of course, this first A is long A, but at the same time, this T becomes a long doctor. It's not doctor, doctor. No, make it clear. Doctor, who is very stretched at the higher pitch, high frequency. This sounds like doctor. Next is a duty, duty, because before T there is a vowel, and after T there's another vowel, because when you pronounce Y in the beginning of the word, it sounds differently, but Y is in the beginning, or in the end of the word, like it sounds differently, it sounds like a vowel sound. So in a duty, so the Y is a vowel sound here, and then you say duty, duty, because T becomes the glottal T, because if T has the vowel before and afterwards, so it sounds like a ooh, duty. This T is the soft D sound, and it sounded like a duty, duty. Next is a double, double, and the da. It's very high pitch, okay? Da. Open your mouth as much as you can and say da. Next is discuss. You push more stress at the end, all right? You're putting more stress at the end, like discuss, all right? And at the same time, you say discuss. So one word, two pronunciation, like we say record or we say record. The same word, like, you know, what happens when you pronounce the word as a word, it sounds differently, or it's pronounced as a noun, it sounds differently, all right? So I have to discuss, all right? I have to discuss. This is a word, all right? Otherwise, you say discuss, all right? Discuss and discuss, all right? Next is a dream, dream, okay? DR is a J sound, and you stretch the E vowel longer, E vowel sound, and say dream. Dream, you pull your corner of lips back and you say drank. Drank is not drank, okay? Likewise, you say dream, or you say drank, or you say dry, or you say dry. Jur, jur, ja, jur. Awesome. So now it's time to learn that what happens when D is at the end of the word, and we already have discussed, because the voice consonant sounds, when they're pronounced at the end of the word, it will have some acoustic change. Very a small change happens out there, and that's very significant because the real the bottom line is, because we can't pronounce word in isolation. Every word in English is connected like a chain, so we need to know how to close the word and how to get started with the next word. And most importantly, because we are working on the pronunciation, in pronunciation there are three things. Number one, in accent training, there are three things. Number one is pronunciation, number two is a liaisonic, all right, and number three is intonation, all right? So you don't take care of all these three things. Again, to pronounce, to sound like an American accent, all right, an American accent speaker, you need to know like, you know, pronunciation, all right, what's the real pronunciation of the word, and what would be the intonation, and what would be the liaison, how to connect the word. So we learn right now today with the letter D what happens when the D is at the end of the verb, then how to pronounce the final D as a verb. That would be a totally it's a 360-degree shift you will learn today. And by the end of this session, you will be feeling so lucky, happy go lucky. You will say, wow, I have learned something really out of the world and out of the box, okay? So let's get started. What happens with the letter D when it's at the end? Remember, D is the voice consonant sound. It's a stop sound. You push a lot of energy, you block the air inside, and it sounds like D. At the same pitch, you have word, you have the letter T, but when you say T, you push the air out. But when you say D sound, it's a stop, but you block the air inside, because D is very powerful sound, okay? D is happening when I'm pulling up or when I'm elevating my tongue up and touching it the soft palate, already it comes back, but you are not allowed to push the air out for voice consonant. Right, so let's see what happens. There are different cases for the letter D when it comes in the end of the word. So the first case is, if your verb is ending on any unvoiced consonant sound, so you will pronounce the final D as a soft T sound, like T sound. It's so interesting. Again, I'm just repeating the law, I'm just repeating the rule. If your verb is ending on unvoiced consonant sound, do you remember unvoiced consonant sound? I just need to listen from you. P, K, S, T. Okay? And now you will check on your diaries how many unvoiced consonant sounds are there. Exactly. So unvoiced consonant sounds mean you push a lot of air outside. So when your verb is ending on unvoiced consonant sound, now the deal is what to do with the final D sound. In this case, when your verb is ending on unvoiced consonant sound, so you will pronounce final D as a soft T, like a T sound. So this is not like, here you see the first case, it's a pack. P is very powerful, plosive, pushing out air outside, but verb is ending on the K sound, and the K sound, K is unvoiced. So the final D would be pronounced like a soft T. It's not packed, it would be packed. It would sound like packed. Repeat after me. Packed. Do it 3 times. Packed. Packed. Good job. So now let's have a practice. What happens in the first word you see? It's messed. Yes. No way. It's a very casual accent. You see now the final sound of this verb is mess. It's an unvoiced consonant sound, all right? It's a big deal. So when you see the final sound is so what you gonna do with the final D? Yes, so the final D would be the soft T like t, t. So it would be messed, messed, okay? It's not messed, no, messed, soft T. So the ending D is a soft T. And we say messed. Likewise, let's move on to the next one. This is laughed. A lot of people say he laughed out louder. No, it's casual. So what's the it's a mispronunciation. So how to pronounce it the correct way? So the final sound is sound. Laugh. L is a light down. And af. So laugh. First sound is unvoiced consonant sound. Likewise. Or sometimes your GH give you sound. So now you're going to pronounce final D as a soft T. It would be laughed. Laughed. Beautiful. Laughed. Your turn. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Laughed. Open your mouth. Ah. Laughed. Laughed. Likewise, in the same pitch, we say the word half. Half. But this is a different type. We say laughed. Laughed. Next is a washed. Washed. I washed the clothes. No. You are not able to connect the words properly because if you don't pronounce final D as a D sound, no. Here's a rule. The final sound in wash is a sh sound. So because it's an unvoiced consonant sound, so the final D will be the T sound. So you say now washed. Okay? You're recording with me. Washed. Washed. So the last one is a flare. The final sound is P sound. P and flare. Okay, so the flat final P is there. It's an unvoiced. So the D would be, yes, a soft T, and you don't pronounce it as a flat. Flat, flat. Remember, in English, in American English, you pronounce spelling. You focus on each and every sound, all right? But not in British. You just speak words, and you omit, you tell a lot of words, all right? A lot of the spellings. So the last is baked. Baked, so the final K is unvoiced, and because of this unvoiced, the final D would be baked. Baked. Beautiful. Let's have a look at case number 2. What happens in case number 2 if your verb is ending on voiced consonant? Voiced mean B. Okay? D, G, L, J. Okay? Sh, Z. These are your voiced consonant sound. If your verb is ending on voiced consonant sounds or the vowels or the diphthong means 2 vowels together, I, E, I, etc. Blah, 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 blah. So then what you do is you speak the final D as an erd sound. Erd. Alright? Like we have the word here in this case study, saved. Saved, okay? So the final E is not there, so it would be sound like a erd. Saved. It's very interesting because the V is a voiced consonant sound. Yes. So V is voiced consonant, okay? So there are 3 cases. Voiced consonants, vowels, or diphthong. If you find any sound in the end of the word, so you will pronounce the final D as an erd sound. What is the sound word? Erd. Okay, let's go practice. The first word is a bummed. Not bummed, no, it's a bummed, erd, okay? Bummed, because the final sound is and is a voiced consonant sound. And then there is a diphthong sound, shied. Shied, I-E, are the diphthong. 2 vowels together creating one sound, so you pronounce it as shied, erd, shied. Next is a leaned. The final N is voiced consonant. So you say leaned, leaned. And next is a bleed. Again, beats there is a voiced consonant. You say bleed. You don't say believe, believer. No, it's a bleed. bleed, and that is again is voice consonant. This is a turn, turn. Let's look at the final case, and this is if your verb end at the T sound, T or D sound, okay, so you will pronounce the final D as an ed sound, ed, remember. If your verb is ending on T or D, like T or D, then you will pronounce the final D as an ed sound, okay? Like here you say land, and if you pronounce it as with a verb, okay, so it will be landed. Landed, okay? Ed. Let's have a practice words. What's the final sound in the first word? T, okay? Rust, and T is, as per rule, if there is a D or T sound, so the final D would be ed. So it's a rusted, rusted, rusted. Next is need. So the condition is fulfilled here because the verb is ending on the D. So the final D would be ed. It's a needed, needed, needed. Next is a punted. So the final sound is a T sound, okay? Or you say punted, pun. Okay, so the T is P is as per rule, like you could find a T here. So now the final D would be ed, punted or punted, okay? Punted. Last is end, and now the condition is fulfilled. The final sound is a D. So now the last end in this word would be landed, landed. So rested, needed, punted, and ended. Really appreciate it for your time, and I'm sure, to speak English like a native, it's all about the practice. Practice, 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 practice. And practice makes improvements. Alright, so you never stop. You're going to be unstoppable. Keep practicing until it becomes your first habit. Speaking English is a habit. Speaking any language is all about habit. Alright? It's not about knowledge. So yes, we are sharing some basic foundational things, but it really can help you to speak and understand the native speakers. So we have recorded so many podcasts. Anyway, so really appreciate for your time. So see you in the next podcast. Take care. Bye-bye.